some help tonight for families living with a disease that many never wanted to even talk about. Huntington's is a genetic disease that robs people of their bodies and their minds.
Not know about juvenile Huntington's until I had all these question mark things happening. I would say we try and make each day our best day, right? Mm-hmm. We do.
What would you like to tell them?
That I have juvenile Huntington's disease. I'm always happy.
Greetings, I'm Naziba, and today my team and I will take you beyond the diagnosis of juvenile Huntington's disease. We will explore the daily challenges faced by these young warriors and how compassionate, tech-driven care can make a difference. You can refer to the outline on the next slide for a breakdown of what we will be covering throughout this presentation.
Let me begin by briefly explaining what Huntington's disease, or HD, is. Huntington's disease is a rare inherited neurodegenerative disorder caused by an expanded CAG repeat in the HTT gene in chromosome 4. This mutation leads to the production of a toxic Huntington protein which gradually damages nerve cells and parts of the brain responsible for movement and cognitive function. While HD is most commonly diagnosed in adulthood, today we're focusing on juvenile Huntington's disease, or JHD, a much rarer early onset and begins before the age of 20. JHD disrupts key development process and tends to progress more rapidly than adult onset HD, creating unique clinical difficulties for patients and caregivers. Let me begin by briefly explaining what Huntington's disease, or HD, is. Let's look into how rare it is, what causes it, and how it presents. Juvenile Huntington's disease is extremely rare, making up about 5 to 10% of all Huntington's cases. The registry data shows that only 0.14% to 0.66% of HD cases can occur in individuals under 20, and it's often underdiagnosed due to its unusual presentation. JHD is caused by an expanded CAG repeat in the HTT gene, typically involving more than 6 repeats. This leads to production of toxic protein that damages the striatum and cortex in the brain. Common clinical features include muscle rigidity, slow movement, attention difficulties, irritability, and in many cases seizures, which affect 30 to 50% of individuals. Juvenile Huntington's disease follows an autosomal dominant inheritance pattern, which means the child only needs to inherit one copy of the mutated HTT gene from an affected parent to develop the condition. A key feature in JHD is something called genetic anticipation. This happens most often through parental transmission, where the number of CAG repeats increases when passed from a father to a child. As a result, the disease appears earlier and more severely in the next generation.
The initial assessment for Huntington's disease starts with a neurologist's physical and neurological exam and a detailed family history. According to the Huntington's Disease Society of America, genetic testing is key to confirming the diagnosis and predicting risk, though it's usually not done in children under 18 unless juvenile HD is suspected. Imaging tests like CT, MRI, and PET scans, along with cognitive and mental health evaluation, help complete the diagnosis. Huntington's disease care involves more than just medication. Drugs like dopamine blockers help manage motor symptoms like chorea, while antidepressants, anti-anxiety meds, and mood stabilizers address emotional challenges. But holistic care is key. Supportive therapies like physical and speech therapy, plus a multidisciplinary team of neurologists, psychiatrists, and counselors guide long-term support. Side effects and 24-hour care are also considered as the disease progresses.
When identifying the problem with juvenile Huntington's disease, several challenges come to light apart from diagnostic issues. Families often face a lack of emotional and psychosocial support, and community services are limited or unavailable. Patients may end up in inappropriate psychiatric settings due to the lack of specialist care. These unmet needs create ripple effects, such as frequent hospital visits, inadequate treatment, financial strain, and emotional exhaustion. Communication and behavioral difficulties can also put serious pressure on family relationships, making the need for better support systems even more urgent. When identifying the problem with juvenile Huntington's disease, several challenges come to light apart from diagnostic issues. Families often face a lack of emotional and psychosocial support, and community services are limited or unavailable. Patients may end up in inappropriate psychiatric settings due to the lack of specialist care. These unmet needs create ripple effects, such as frequent hospital visits, inadequate treatment, financial strain, and emotional exhaustion. Communication and behavioral difficulties can also put serious pressure on family relationships, making the need for better support systems even more urgent. When identifying the problem with juvenile Huntington's disease, several challenges come to light apart from diagnostic issues. Families often face a lack of. As a result, my team and I set out to curate a product designed to address these challenges. Every detail in this product wasn't chosen by chance, so let me take you through the curated process that shaped it. Primarily, our product was created to improve daily management of juvenile Huntington's disease by supporting routine tracking of symptoms and medication. It also aims to reduce the caregiver's burden by automating reminders and providing shared access to data. Bridging the communication gap between patients, families, and clinicians through real-time data sharing was thoughtfully considered, and it also enables the early detection of worsening symptoms and thus supporting timely interventions. Lastly, our product aims to increase patient. As a result, my team and I set out to curate a product designed to address these challenges. Every detail in this product wasn't chosen by chance, so let me take you through the curated process. After aligning the challenges faced by children with juvenile Huntington's disease with the clear product objectives, we present to you NaviCare. NaviCare product is a support you can wear and care you can trust. At NaviCare, we believe that every child living with JHD deserves support that's smart, gentle, and empowering. That's why we created the Navi Watch and NaviCare app, an integrated system designed to ease daily challenges and enhance independence. With calming therapeutic prompts and seamless caregiver connectivity, NaviCare is more than a device. It's a companion in care. Let's take a look at its core features. The first core feature is symptom monitoring. The watch will have motion sensors that can detect minute tremors, balance issues, and abnormal movements. It is followed by a tap to log feature that allows the child to record their symptoms and complete their daily mood check ins regardless of the time and place. Then the app will log in such data, including the timestamps and the location of when they were recorded or alerted. By tracking symptoms, the NaviCare system helps caregivers and healthcare providers to detect early warning signs of distress or behavioral shifts. This allows for timely intervention, better emotional support, and a more personalized care approach, helping the child feel understood, safe, and supported. Next on our list is medication and routine management. With the cooperation of the patient, parent, and doctor, a personalized medication and routine management plan will be implemented across the watch and the app. So the watch will send notifications to our patients when it's time for them to do a routine task or when it's time for them to take a medication. It is sort of a habit tracker. Next, the app will track whether these medications were taken, missed, or delayed, and also the task will be displayed with a visible log. Next on our list, we have a vital core feature that is safety and emergency support. Our product, the Navi Watch, is equipped with an emergency button that can be pressed during sudden falls, panic, or uncontrolled chorea episodes. Chorea episodes are those sudden and involuntary movements which are commonly seen in juvenile HD patients. Next, it also includes Navi Go, our voice recognition feature, which ensures hand-free access even during motor episodes. Thus, the app receives real-time SOS alerts from these actions, which enables caregivers to respond quickly and log their actions. It also stores these emergency data for later review during medical consultations and support more informed care. Last but not the least, we are going to talk about connectivity and caregiver support. The Navi Watch syncs automatically with the NaviCare app via Bluetooth, which enables real-time transfer of symptom data, tap logs, and emergency alerts. Then the app displays these weekly summaries of mood, movement, and medication activity, which helps the caregivers and clinicians track progress over time. With secure multi-user login and role-based access, NaviCare ensures that everyone is connected, informed, and involved in the welfare of the JHD patient. After a long, thorough explanation, it is about time we present to you a visual representation of our product. The Navi Watch has a hypoallergenic silicone strap with a snap-secure clasp for the comfort and ease of our wearer. It has a simple interface design that reduces visual triggers. It also has a power button and emergency button, followed by a lightweight, long-lasting lithium polymer battery for comfort and reliability. After a long, thorough explanation, it is about time we present to you a visual representation of our product. The Navi Watch has a hypoallergenic silicone strap with a snap-secure clasp for the comfort and ease of our wearer. It has a simple interface design that reduces visual triggers. It also has a power button and emergency button, followed by a lightweight, long-lasting lithium polymer battery for comfort and reliability. After a long, thorough explanation, it is about time we present
Here
to
we
you.
move on to the cost of manufacturing a Navi watch. The screen will cost about $10, when the battery will cost about $20, operating chip and circuit board will cost $25, and the silicone wristband will cost about $5. In total, it will be $60 to manufacture a single Navi watch. Price breakdown. How much does it actually cost to care? We are seeking $20,000 in exchange for 10% equity. This $20,000 covers the app development and the first 250 units which supports the launching of the product and begin generating revenue. The cost of a Navi watch has been covered. We move on to the app development, NaviCare. It requires about $8,000 to $12,000 to create, which is a one-time startup cost. The core features of NaviCare includes watch pairing, alerts, and voice inputs. As for profitability, the selling price for Navi Watch would be $139.99 per unit, which includes the watch and lifetime access to the app. We expect a break-even point at 18 months based on the projected unit sales. The expected ROI is 250 in 3 years, which means for every $1 you invested, you expect $2.50 in return. For $20,000, you're expecting $50,000 in 3 years' time. For our strategy is to reach, retain, and impact. With our target audience being children diagnosed with juvenile Huntington disease aged 6 to 18, our target buyers would be their parents, caregiver, and healthcare providers involved. Well, for our marketing strategy, we have 3 of them. The first one being clinic integrated distribution, which is B2B2C, and the second one would be the subscription-based model with a free first year. What does it mean? It means we're giving out our premium app services for the first year. And the last one would be research data licensing. Of course, we will get their family's consent before we do any of this.
Navi is transforming care through smart wearable support. For children, it promotes independence with routine reminders, while ensuring safety through real-time emergency alerts. For parents, they gain a 24/7 update on symptoms and location, easing anxiety and improving medication adherence. Caregivers stay synced with symptom logs, while healthcare providers benefit from structured data for early intervention and fewer hospital visits. As Forbes reports, 1 in 3 Americans use wearables, and over 80% are willing to share that data with doctors. Navi taps into this shift, making care smarter, faster, and more connected. While Navi brings transformative care, we're mindful of real-world challenges. The watch needs regular charging, and loose fits can affect accuracy. So we're developing guided fit alerts. Premium features may raise costs, but a basic affordable model is on the way. For the NaviCare app, we're tackling complexity with intuitive onboarding. Sharing data with hospitals is challenging, but standard integration is still in progress. And with privacy a top priority, we're building strong, proactive data protection policies from the ground up.
Here are some feature upgrades we plan for the NaviWatch and NaviCare app. For the NaviWatch, we aim to add seizure detection using motion sensors and AI. It will also have an emergency camera and a low power chip to improve battery life. For the NaviCare app, we plan to use AI for smart alerts, improve data security, and make it easy for use. We will also add FHIR integration so it connects with hospital systems, and it will work across all devices. These upgrades will help make healthcare smarter and more responsive.
To summarize, NaviCare is a step in aiding juvenile Huntington disease patients with their daily lives. The development of NaviCare aims to improve the quality of life of our users. Here, we are seeking $20,000 for NaviCare's future development to reach out to more patients suffering from juvenile Huntington disease. With the success of Navi, we aim to navigate care to young patients with rare diseases in hopes of improving their quality of life. Thank you for your time and effort.